This is probably the hardest video I've ever had to make. I've been sitting on it for days, weeks. It's gonna probably turn to months soon. Trying to figure out how to talk about it, if I should, how I could. The Captain Howdy was one of my closest friends. We talked on the phone
Joe,
nearly every day at
are
one
you there,
point.
Joe?
He always checked in on me. He checked in
Hi,
on
Joe.
you. And he built a space on YouTube where people who love true crime felt
Joe?
like they had a home.
Come in, Joe. Hello, Joe. Is that you? We really need you. Oh, my little Joe. You're such a good detective, my little Joe. Becky moved the book, and we would not know if it wasn't for you, my little Joe. And you, as above so below, I swear to God, you were my bro. Just kidding, we were that close. But you're a little bitch, yeah, you're a little bitch. That's all I can say, that's all he can say. It's a case of pareidolia, and you're really gay, you're really gay. It's pareidolia.
He was really smart, and he understood people, especially broken people. He spent years breaking down the psychology of killers, and he could see the patterns that most of us missed. He helped us understand them. And then one day, he became one of them.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world on HBO pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas.
Nobody cares, real chill Graz. Go do your own thing.
Let's get ready to rumble!
The following video is brought to you by Captain Howdy's anti-snake oil elixir. Have you been conned into buying someone's snake oil only to realize you've been had?
The captain committed a murder-suicide. He killed his wife, and then he took his own life. And he left behind a son. And now his son has to grow up with that legacy. I don't know how to process this. None of us do. The community is heartbroken. We're confused, angry, betrayed. And that's what this video is about. Trying to understand how someone who spent years studying monsters could become one. This is not a hit piece, and it's not a tribute. It's a conversation about duality, about warning signs, about what we missed, and whether we really ever knew the man behind the voice. For most people, the captain was just a voice, a dark narrator floating through the void of true crime stories, painting horrific images with his words. He never showed his face. He never used his real name. That was part of his mystique, and honestly, it was part of his power. As the Captain Howdy, he became a legend in the true crime space. His videos were disturbing, but thoughtful. His humor was grotesque, but intentional. He had a way of taking something horrifying and making you think not just about the crime, but about the people behind it. The victims, the killers, the families left behind. He didn't just tell stories. He dissected them. He tore into the psychology of the killers like he was peeling back layers of rot, looking for meaning behind this madness. And he had empathy too, or at least he seemed to. He cared about the people who followed him. He cared about me. He called me just to make sure I was doing okay. Not once or twice, all the time. I've lost count of the nights that we stayed up talking on the phone about life, about cases, about pain. He knew how dark this world could get, and he didn't want the people around him to fall into it. That might be one of the parts hardest to accept. Because how do you reconcile that man? The friend? The artist? The observer of evil? with what he ultimately became. Was the darkness always there? Did he know it was growing? Did he warn us about it in ways that we didn't pick up on? Or was he just really good at wearing the mask?
True Crime Breaking Investigates.
The bruiser and all of the
Who's your
flying
cold
monkeys.
case? Anthony from True Crime Investigates.
The kind of guy who would go out of his way to do something nice.
He was a nice guy. He would do anything for anybody.
I'm talking to the guy. The guy's a really small guy, but really nice guy.
He was actually a pretty good all-around guy.
Yes. Was he very kind to everybody? For the most part, yes.
Total shock, like that dude was the nicest guy in the world.
Something and then flip. I don't know what it was.
This is a topic that I've wanted to discuss for a very long time, and I've ended up questioning a lot of things in my life as a result of it. Today I want to talk about someone I really look up to just about more than anyone.
And that person was at one time a really good friend of mine and someone I looked up to.
I borderline idolized
The Captain.
and I wanted to be like him more than anything in the world. I was obsessed
With true crime. And to me, and many other people in the true crime community, the Captain was the best YouTuber
who had ever lived. I can't tell you how many nights I stayed up, glued to my
screen, poring over the videos that the Captain made in just total amazement. It was like someone who loved art.
finally getting to see a Da Vinci for the first time.
When he was growing up in
The 1980s during the height of the Cold War. And think of the fat kid with no teeth from Stranger Things
and that was him, to the T. Except without the Demogorgon or anything really remotely cool for that matter. I can't truly explain to you in this video how much people loved him. He was borderline a national treasure. He loved
chess,
He loved true crime, he loved the community, and he
despised
the trolls. I don't know if he despised the trolls so much as he cared deeply what they thought. For someone who came off as so fearless online, so bold, so unfiltered, the Captain was deeply affected by what people thought of him. And he said it outright in his videos a lot of times.
It is absolutely brutal out there right now, and I feel like when I create a video, I'm walking on eggshells.
And if you knew him behind the scenes, you would know even more. He worried about it constantly, about people misinterpreting him, about being misunderstood, misquoted, misjudged, misidentified. He would comb through comment sections. He would rewatch his own videos and fixate on tiny things.
It's honestly one of the most upsetting topics.
He wasn't obsessed with fame. He was obsessed with control. And he wanted to control how he was perceived. And when somebody attacked him online, even anonymously, it completely destroyed him. I remember whole nights on the phone where all we talked about was some troll's comment or someone taking a jab at him in a comment section. He didn't just brush it off like most creators try to do. He internalized it. He took it personally, and sometimes he even spiraled. This wasn't just insecurity. It was deeper than that. He needed people to see him a certain way. As smart, as sharp, as original, as dark but thoughtful. If you questioned that identity, he didn't just get defensive, he got scared. It's chilling to think about now. Because for someone who spent so much time analyzing other killers, their patterns, motivations, their insecurities, he seemed blind to his own. And maybe that's where the real mask started to crack. Not in the crime, but in the constant fear of being exposed, misunderstood, or forgotten. Looking back, I think the Captain thought he was in control of the darkness, that by studying it, by laughing at it, by turning it into content, he was safe from it in some way. But, control is a fragile thing. And when your sense of self is built on how other people see you, it doesn't take much to shatter it.
When I woke up this morning, he was standing
that he was feeling down, 'cause someone circulating rumors about him round this town.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't know, my name is Real Chill Graz, and this is only part 1 of a long series to come. So make sure you subscribe, and this shit took a lot of editing. It's not easy, so hitting the subscribe really helps. Be on the lookout for part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take it easy, guys.